You ever driven past a car accident or a house on fire and the authorities are there and they're like, hey, nothing to see here. Move right along. No, nothing to see. Kind of feels like that's what the housing market is telling us right now. That's what the interest rate market is telling us right now. Look, I have nothing new to tell you. I'm going to fill 2 or 3 minutes right now telling you a whole bunch of the same things that I've always told you. So if you want to tune out right now, please don't. It really hurts my YouTube statistics. That is true. But here's the deal. The deal is it's the same thing, just getting worse and worse and worse. But guess what? Nothing stays the same forever. Nothing. No matter how good things are, it's going to change. No matter how bad things are, it's going to change. So we need to accept that. We have a lot of volatility right now. I got to tell you that, the global economy is kind of falling apart at the fringes. We just found out that the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, 5 weeks after she became the Prime Minister, has now resigned. Shortest lasting tenure of a Prime Minister in a huge economic superpower of a nation. And they have instability at the top. And the person who runs their government resigned after a month and a half. If that doesn't tell you that we're dealing with some pretty significant issues, and the biggest reason she had to resign is because she made a stupid decision about how she was going to handle the economy, and it actually caused major problems for her country. And those are the kind of things we're continuing to see. We're continuing to see fear and paranoia that is driving more fear and paranoia. So you have to decide how much of that noise out there is going to impact you. If you're a realtor, you have to decide, look, am I going to feed my family? Am I going to figure out a way to do business with people who need to do business? That does not mean we are convincing anybody to do business that shouldn't be doing business today. It means that you have to figure out who are the people today that need to be transacting business. Last week, I talked about the great freeze, and it's true. The market is seizing up and there are fewer transactions. So we've got to find where those transactions are coming from. We've got to find, hey, guess what? When somebody dies, their family has to sell the home. Now, I'm not telling you to be an ambulance chaser and go chase every single ambulance to figure out whether that person lives or dies. What I'm telling you is maybe you should build a relationship with an estate planning attorney. Maybe you should at least say in your advertising, hey, you know what? I love helping families who have an estate and have just dealt with a loss, and I'm really good at it. Because what you think about, what you talk about, you bring about. And so if you're a realtor, you need to be thinking about where can your business come from. If you're a consumer right now and you're a homeowner, it's time to batten down the hatches. Unless you need to move, stay where you're at. I think that we're going to see, if you need to move, you're going to have a challenging time. But I can help you navigate that. The fact of the matter is you've got a super good interest rate, and why do you want to give that up? You need to figure out right now, maybe it's a time for you to take out a home equity line of credit. Have a defensive position. Be prepared because we're headed into a recession. I think this recession is going to be longer and deeper than what anybody's expecting because the whole economy and the entire world is dealing with significant challenges, and there's no economy with a shining light that's going to bail us out. And so what do we do about it isn't about the noise of the macro economy. It's about the economy of me. What am I going to do? You notice I'm not talking about interest rates that much lately. They're over 7%. Now, it's not because I'm afraid to tell you that. It's because it's old news. The fact is you have to decide, what do I do to prepare myself? What do I do to make sure that I am in the best possible position? You need to pivot. You need to figure out where does the opportunity lie in my life, but you also have to make some defensive positions. I actually was at a retreat for the first couple of days of this week for my company, and we were talking about the challenges in the mortgage and real estate world. And I walked out of there with a simple theme in my mind, and it was think big, act small. Think big. Think about what the opportunities are. Think about where I can position myself, my business, my family, my relationships. Act small. Take little steps. Do the incremental things that you can do to put yourself where you need to go. If you think big and act small, all those small things will get you where you need to go. And guess what? If you act small and you add all of those things together and you find out a little bit later that, wait, I was going the wrong direction, you can just pivot a little bit the way you're acting and move it a little bit a different direction. Move it a little bit this direction. Too many people think big and act big. And you take a super huge step A friend of mine was thinking about buying a business. He's still thinking about buying a business. And I'm telling him to be a little bit concerned about that. Buying somebody else's business to double the size of your business is thinking big and acting big. Problem is when you act big, you can't pull back. He's thinking about signing a 5-year agreement. Hey, it may work out really well, but that's thinking big and acting big. And I am a fan of taking chances, but you got to think about where you are in the business cycle. You got to think about where the economy is at and what your risk level is going to be. And so take chances, but maybe now's the time to take smaller incremental chances. Now, you're going to hear me say it's a great time to buy a home. It is if you're the right person. I actually just finished a video, spent an hour recording a video, a live stream. So you'll get a link to it down below or in the email that you receive this video or in the description down below in whatever social media platform you're watching. And you'll be able to see that hour-long video about strategies to buy in today's market. And I talked about a lot of reasons not to buy. Affordability is a major reason right now, but there's some really good reasons to buy. So if you're thinking about buying a home and you want to be strategic about how to do it the right way, watch that video. There's a lot of really good information, and it is not propaganda to convince you to buy. It's really quality because I wrote it, other than the one part that I forgot what I was going to say. So a little bit in, you got to indulge me because I had 2 ideas and I stated them both, and then I went down the road of one and I forgot the second one, but it was a live stream and I had people help me out and remember what it was. Here's the bottom line. Be courageous, think big, act small, and let me know what I can do to help you with those actions. Thanks and have a great day. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.